Yo, 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 what up? We back. We back. Hey, we didn't get to shoot last week. And shout out to all of the followers and everything on the To Be Fair show. To unpack, to who you talking to. We appreciate y'all tapping in with us. Uh we had some little mishaps last week, but we back here. And how you feeling, old head singer? How you feeling, brother?
Feeling pretty good, bro. Feeling pretty good.
Yeah, all right, yeah, all right.
Yeah. As long as I get some work done, I feel good.
Yeah, mental health check in. We're gonna start here. Mental health check in this week. How was your week like? Like, you know what I mean?
It's been pretty stressful. I got a lot going on, though. You know what I mean? So, I've been here and there in my head. Shoot, I find myself riding around in the car and don't even have the radio on. You know, I know people that ride in their car and don't have the radio on, and all of them ain't wrapped all that tight. So it make me feel like I'm having
No,
a.
no. Sometimes I think it's healthy to not have because sometimes I ride. I'm a. You know what I mean? I got the Wham and the
Yeah,
12s in the trunk, and
yeah.
you know what I mean. But sometimes I feel like it's healthy to like have that silence, collect thoughts. Because I watch podcasts all the time during the day when we at work and all that, and sometimes I be needing that time to kind of think about what the frick, how I can get myself like moments of reflection and like, to plan what the next step is. And you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I feel it. I feel it because I realize riding around without that music, it gives you a chance to actually listen to, what your thoughts is and put things in order. So I've been pretty
100%.
much doing that all week, and I took it as a high stress moment. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm.
That's the way I took it. I mean, because it really was. I got a lot of stuff going on. I had a lot of paperwork I had to get in. I got, paperwork to file, documents to file, and I got to answer to Secretary of State and neighbor. You know what I mean?
That's a
I just
lot.
had a lot going on. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no. Mental health check in for me, I guess. I don't know, man. I guess I was diagnosed with mood disorder when I was, you know what I mean, in the military through the therapy sessions that I had
You
been
ain't
through for
tell
me.
me you was diagnosed with no mood disorder.
Yeah, I was diagnosed with mood disorder, anxiety, and depression.
So they know you fucked up too.
Fucked up.
Okay,
You know, the
all
crazy thing is at first I thought that like I was like, damn, like y'all niggas trying to tell me I'm crazy. But then it
right.
started to like as it matured, I was trying to convince them that I wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
Like, nah, nigga, I'm regular. Like, you know what I mean? I'm okay. You know what I mean? And over time it start to make me realize that like what is normal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what it's like, bro. You think you know, but what is normal?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we was gonna talk about the autism John last week, but we ain't even gonna really kind of jump into that. I guess you know what I mean? I think that that's one of those things that, especially like with my wife, that ain't something that she's more of a secretive person. I
Mm-hmm.
ain't want to get no lump on my head, fuck around
Yeah.
and be telling the
Yeah.
world about that. But like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool. We gonna jump into,
Yeah. I ain't want to bring that up, but I mean, I don't know. She done gave you a chicken wing before,
nigga, you talking about a chicken wing. I know
man.
you ain't talking about a chicken wing. You
She
can't be
gave
talking
you a
about a
two
chicken wing.
piece now. You
I
know
ain't
what
getting no motherfucking chicken wing or no two piece,
I mean?
nigga.
Okay.
Maybe a baby biscuit. A baby biscuit might have happened at some point.
Yeah, baby biscuit.
Yeah, baby biscuit. But we're gonna jump into the conversation that we had earlier. Actually, we had this with my sister earlier. You know what I mean? And it was the idea, and we've heard this as like pretty much like I think the relationship conversations are kind of getting old. I think
Mhm.
people are kind of growing tired of it. But it's one of my favorite conversations to have, especially since like I've been in a relationship for so long.
Mhm.
These conversations I know people talk about like, oh, y'all be on there just to bash women, or you know what I mean? Honestly, I feel like it's a thing that's happening and that's kind of shifting us into an equal understanding that we all have flaws on both sides. And for a minute, the flaws on the other side weren't told.
Mhm.
And I think that you would agree with that. Like, go ahead.
Yeah, because it's a thing among men
Mm,
that you know what I'm saying. You don't pick on the women. You know what I'm saying? So they
mm,
get a pass, even though they got some fuckery.
mm-hmm,
They get a pass.
mm-hmm,
You know what I mean? Now they not since social media and all these podcasts and
mm,
all, they don't get no pass no more. Now they feeling it, but we've been feeling it the whole time.
uh,
So it's just new to them. That's all. You
yeah.
know. They got it from their mama. Their mama bashed their daddy in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You find very few women that didn't bash the ex.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Very few. Now your mother, that's one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? She gave her brother a pass, and I appreciate it because I needed it.
You needed
I'm
it.
fucked up, so I know I needed it. You know what I mean? And then they remember everything
Oh yeah,
in
when you fuck
detail.
up, dude.
In
When you fuck
detail.
up, they remember it for
Yeah,
sure.
what date, what hour it was, what she was
Give you the
doing,
business.
everything. Yeah, they
Yeah,
know it
yeah,
all. Yeah.
yeah. And so I guess what we gonna start is like the headline of or the main thing on the titling of of the thumbnail, which was like, why are why are you intimidated by her success?
Why are you intimidated by her success?
Right, right, right.
To me, the reason
First
a
off, do you
man,
believe that men are intimidated by successful women?
yeah, some are.
Mm,
I mean, but evidently I ain't. I knew my wife had way more money than me when I married her ass,
true.
so it didn't matter to me. I was just thinking of what we could do together. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? What we
Mm-hmm.
could accomplish, and it didn't matter to me that she had more money because I'm content with where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think with men is it comes down to that they haven't achieved to the point where they feel like that they, because if you achieve things to the point where you feel like you comfortable, like I'm
Mm-hmm.
comfortable in my skin.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me a lot of years to get here, but I'm comfortable in my skin. And and I'm not trying to say it's a wrong or right, or they wrong or right if I'm wrong or right. But the thing of it is it's a fact if you look at it. If a man is confident in his square,
Mm-hmm.
what he got going on in his square, if he's confident, it don't matter what nobody else doing. So I think that it's on the man and not on the woman.
For sure.
Because the more money you got, the more money we got. That's the way I look at it.
Oh, but my thing is that I think also you may agree with this, is that like the more money you got ain't necessarily the more money we got, because her money generally is her money.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes I think that over time, if y'all build like a real like a bond in a relationship, the bread becomes ours.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's not like you get married and it's a switch that's flipped, and all of a sudden she look at her money as our money, and you know what I mean? I think over time you kind of get to a point to where the finances become ours, and we utilize the finances for the betterment of everyone in the house.
Mm-hmm. I could agree to that.
Yeah, because
I could
like
agree to that.
that's not the
I could agree to that.
easiest thing. And like as I was talking to as I was talking with the female we were speaking with earlier, what I was saying was that like a lot of the times, even the women that say like they'll date a dude that doesn't make X amount of money, and you know what I mean. See, I think that, okay, let me just finish this thought. I don't necessarily find a lot of those relationships, or the idea, I don't see them be sustainable. A lot of the times, you know what I mean, you'll say like, oh, I don't mind if he makes less, and that's cool. I think that what we have to do is make sure that our value is not just in the financial realm. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's because at the end of the day, it's easier to be with the woman that makes more than you when you present value in other areas.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the conversation isn't being had in that with that lens, is being had about like, as a man, it's tough for me to sit there and watch you pay for us to do a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially if it's continuous. Like
Mm-hmm.
some dudes got them Tyrone to fuck around and let you drive your car, and you know what I mean, drop you off at work in your shit and then go back, and you know what I mean. But like I would say for a lot of decent dudes, like it does make you feel a way. It's not necessarily that she's successful and you're like intimidated by it. I think that it's more of it points it's insecurities. It's insecurities. It shows that I'm not able to handle the things that I believe I should be able to handle.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, watching you do these things for me makes me feel away. It should be motivation, and it should, you know what I mean, change, like make me feel that my trajectory, or it should make me feel that it should light a fire under me to make sure that I am, you know what I mean, checking boxes and not necessarily, it's not a competition, but to
No.
feel like the head of the house. I don't believe that your financial, how much you make has anything to do with you being the head of the household.
Yeah.
Um, but I think that also you, in order for that to be valid, you have to be able to provide value in other areas.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And that's just like, I talk about it all the time. My wife got more than me. Got more money than me. She got more everything than me. And it don't bother me because at the end of the day, I know I bring value because anytime she get ready to make a big decision about something, she always call me and ask me what I think about it.
Mm.
So that lets me know that she see value in me.
Right, right,
You
right.
know, she values, number one, she values my opinion, and that over the years we've been together some years now.
Mhm.
So over the years, I've shown that I make decent decisions. I ain't gonna say good, but decent decisions to the point where she feel comfortable running something by me before before she make a move. Even though the shit we be talking about is all hers. She had it before I met her. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? But she still come to me and say, "What you think about this?" You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And then, like you saying, other areas. I mean, if her car break, she called me.
Mhm.
If something break in the house, she called me.
Mhm.
And she know I can fix these things. And I do a lot of different things. I grew up in a time when a man being a man was him being able to do certain things.
Mm.
You can't afford, you might not can afford to get somebody to fix everything.
Right.
But if you know how to fix some things, then you don't have to be able to afford for somebody to come and fix everything. Go take it and drop it off at the shop.
Mm.
And then they charge all that money, and then you taking from the house. When she see that she don't have to do that because she can call you, that's value
For
that
sure.
monetary that's monetary value too, because it saves money from going out the house to somebody's shop or to some contractor or whatever to do things. So even though I may not have as much as she has, I still bring value to what she has. Because first couple of years we was together, I mean, I was working on. Do you know I had got I had lost my job, and instead of going back to work like I normally do, I took like a year, almost 2 years off because I worked on the property the whole time.
Mhm.
I worked on her properties the whole time. They needed a lot of work because she's a female. She used to making money, but not, she ain't hands on.
Right, right,
I
right.
mean, she can do a few things, but she's not hands on. So, but I am. So, I mean, it was a lot of work, and we got them up and we got them going, and she made
Making
good
plenty of
money
money
off of
on.
them. So I bring value that way. I may not make the kind of money she got. Uh, um, that she did because she's retired now. I might not make the kind of money that she did, and I might not have the kind of money that she do. But I ain't broke,
Mm.
and I'm resourceful. You know what I mean? And so that's my value to it. You know,
Yeah.
because hey, she put a picture fit about me, and I know she do. But I'm not. That's not to brag or nothing like that. It's just that when you comfortable, like I said, when you comfortable in your square, when you know your value and you have actually got value, you know what I'm saying? I don't care how much money she make. You still
Yeah.
gonna be you and chill.
Yeah, and it's dope to see that, you know what I mean, see
Mm-hmm.
that lived experience. And I think that, like, as a culture, we put so much emphasis on the bag.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The bag is like, you can damn near, in today's time, you can be a shitty person and have
Yes.
the bag, and people act like that validates your, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It validate, oh yeah, but he got money though.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk about, oh yeah, he talk shit about this and that, and oh, but he got, you know what I mean, the rebuttal to anything, any critique that you have about an individual's um personality traits or how they do people, it's always like, oh yeah, but he got money though. And so, like, I think that at this point we've traded, like, the a true value system in
Mm-hmm.
for
Yeah.
money.
Yeah, but I've been on both sides of that coin.
Mm,
People done said that about me too. So I can't, because you know me, I had a fucked up attitude, and I
mm.
probably still got one.
Yeah.
But the thing of it is,
Long as you know.
is that once you realize that everybody ain't saying the same thing about you telling the same lie.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So then you got to do some searching and figure
Mhm.
out, and you ain't gonna be perfect because I'm not, but I'm a lot better. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? People fuck with me that didn't used to fuck with me because of the way I work.
Yeah.
And it
what?
wasn't because I was taking anything from anybody or anything like that. It's just that I don't know. I put out this persona like it was about me.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like everything was about me.
And got it
You
figured
know what I
out.
mean? And I got it figured out.
Right.
That's
Right.
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 You know what I'm saying? So I've learned to tone that down. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Even though that's not what I was trying to
Right. Right. Right.
reflect. Even though, it was in, you know what I'm saying? It was, to me, it was misconstrued. But it wasn't misconstrued.
Exactly.
It was the delivery.
Yeah, and the one thing I would say is, and shit, we talking about you. Yeah, me mine as well. Good, not just play.
Okay.
But yeah, no. One thing I will say is, you used to say like a lot of like, I guess, well, I'm gonna say a lot. You were a particular elder that I remember you saying like, um, I'm too old to change. Like, this is who I am, and if you gonna just have to deal with it, and
Yeah.
if you don't want to deal with it, then just don't be around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was something that I took offense to. Like, I not even necessarily offense, but I didn't like the idea of like, because it's pretty much saying like, I'm okay with complacency, or like, I'm okay with me being, you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I'm okay with me being like having fucked up relationships. There's no reason to be okay with that. And that was something that like kind of,
Yeah, you
it
used
just
to.
took me the
You
wrong
used to.
way.
Yeah. You used to bring that up. You used to bring that up, but it was. I guess it was my way of my self defense mechanism.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That was my
Mhm.
self defense mechanism. That was me fighting for me. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? But I found out later on. It took a little while, but I found out later on that if you fucked up and you fucked up, you need to do something about it. But the
Mhm.
problem is sometimes we don't know we fucked up because I lived here for years by myself. Didn't deal with my family or none of that. Not because I didn't like them or I hated them. It's just that it was that I knew how my family is, to be perfectly honest, my family is trying to be closer than we've ever been.
Yeah.
We've never been close. I live.
Those deaths would do that. Though there was some big deaths last year that kind of like, those things will snap people into saying like, bro, I do love you, even though the distance, you know what I mean, was so large. Like, there's a love that I have for you still, but you be like, damn, I wish I would have had more time with this person. I think that struck a nerve within the family, and now you seeing the family try to come together and actually create a togetherness that was never there.
Yeah, they actually call me and check on me and ask me to go to things, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And for years and years and years, that never happened. You know what I mean? I didn't hardly ever spend any time with any of my people, and anytime anything happened, nobody called to let me know. You know what I mean? I stayed over here to myself doing me. You know what I mean? And so, but over the time, my thing was, they say the bag. Now, I was always concentrating on tomorrow, how I'm gonna be able to live, this, that, and the third. And I looked at people that was older than me, that was my age now, but back then they were older than me. They was my age now. And I looked at them, they supposed to be getting ready for retirement or a little older than me, and they retired and they were still working. And so I stayed over here pretty much getting my paper up, working my ass off, trying to fix my little regular house. You know what I'm saying? Over here doing that because I had it in my mind. I'm not going to be that person. I'm not going to, when it's retirement age, I'm not going to clock in somebody's job because I have to.
Yeah.
If anything, I probably work part-time just to keep myself busy, just to keep me doing something.
Right,
you know what I mean?
If you don't use it, you lose it.
If you don't use it, you lose it. Yeah, that kind of type of thing. That's what I'm on now. I'm getting close, to retirement. And when it comes, I'm not working 40 hours for you. I don't care who you is because I don't have to. I keep that's what I did when I was younger. And that's another thing. I started when I was like, I started when I was younger than you, trying to get myself prepared for the day that's coming.
You talking about when you started getting
And
the
yeah,
investments into the
making
portfolio and all that
investments and
stuff.
all of that. Yeah, I was your age, a
Yeah.
little bit younger than you actually, and so I I did that because I looked at people and I said, I can't do it. People that was close to me, people that wasn't close to me. I saw people walking to the bus stop bent over, but you're going to clock in on somebody's job. I know you past retirement age. You know what I'm saying? I said, that can't be me. That can't be me. I'm not gonna do it. Oh, I'm gonna kill myself trying. My mama, when I had the first time I got $5,000 in my account, my mama told me, you better spend it before you lose it. I say, but yeah, mama, but what if I live though? You know what I mean? If I spend it now and then I retire and I ain't got nothing to retire off of, because we changed jobs. Well, me, I've changed jobs a lot in my day. I've changed jobs a lot. I got a little 401k plan, but I guarantee you ain't many people that's got a 401k got less money in their 401k than I did. You know what I mean? I ain't had it that long. You know, and it's probably about my second or third one, but like I say, I ain't spent a lot of time on no job working for nobody. Most of my time was working for me or my daddy. So I didn't have that time. So I ain't built up no 401k. So I had to do it my way. And that's what I did. I did it through the market. And like I say, my mama was like, you know, when they got up to 20,000, she was like, boy, yeah, you got to do it now. You got to go, you got to spend, you better get that money, you know. And I'm like, but mama, what if I live to retirement age? And I'm changing jobs all the time. Yeah. If I live to retirement age, okay, I'm working jobs, so I'm putting in my Social Security. But what if it ain't enough? And the way the system is designed, it's supposed to be like a three-legged stool. You got Social Security, you got your 401k, your Social Security, and the pension. Yeah, the pension. Well, they took don't hardly any jobs got pension no more. Yeah. So now you got a two-legged stool. How you survive off of that? You got to have something else. So I planned for it, and you know, hopefully it works out the way I planned it. I think I got a good start though.
Yeah, it's funny because we was starting out talking about why we were intimidated.
Yeah, and then we done.
But it's cool though because like we'll get into some. I think that at some point, just because we naturally talk about finances all the time, we'll start to do a little bit more financial conversations. We'll talk more about finances as we see and as we've kind of learned to understand it. And then you know what I mean. You can give me the game. Give all of us the game. And when I got a lot of it, you know what I mean, because we talk all the time. But like, yeah. So let me ask you this: do you? For the men, as a matter of fact, this goes into one of the questions that we were going to speak on anyway. Like as far as like prioritization, so we talking about men being intimidated by a successful woman, and a lot of the times they say I think the average income for a black man is at my age, or is it average? I think it may be the totality in general. Yeah, it's like 45,000. You know what I mean? And what would you say to a dude that's like earning that much? Would you encourage a dude like that, or would you encourage a dude like that to be with a woman that is making 80? You know what I mean? She's doubling your income. Like, what would you tell him like to be able to add value? You know what I mean? So like to make up that value difference, what would be something that you would?
If I'm gonna go this way with it. If you see or you know that you at your potential and the only reason you're gonna go, your salary is gonna go up is because you get a raise every year.
Tenure.
Or you know, your tenure, exactly. Your tenure. If they're depending on what type of job you got, if you don't see you being like a manager or something, or getting another promotion in another part of the company or whatever, that'll get you to making more money. If you that type of person, if you know it, then what you do is you learn trades, because I don't care how much money that woman make, her car gonna break down.
For sure.
I don't care how much money she make, wherever she lives, some shit gonna break.
For sure. If she owning something, it's gonna be fucked. That's right. Fucked up is coming. You can buy a brand new house now.
That's right.
Fucked up is coming.
Fucked up is coming.
Yeah.
And the more you can do yourself, the more she can find areas to appreciate you. You know what I mean? You know, your money is still gonna come, but it's slow. But she already, here. So that's my situation. If you can find some type of way or take up some trade, whatever, that ain't no big thing. Trade school, that ain't no big long college
for
time.
Sure, for
you know
sure.
what I'm saying? Them little short, semesters.
Even the tuition is nowhere near as
and that's
high,
right.
for sure.
The tuition is not high. Find something that you can do. Even like I helped my wife as far as like start her portfolio.
Mhm.
I made the first deposit into it just to get her to do it
Right,
because
right,
she
right.
invested in the past and she lost all her money. And I told her that's because you was trying to invest with people on a different level. You got to invest if you can find somebody that's done been at the ground level with nothing and started like me. I started with $500. I started with $500. People like that invest from a different perspective and they understand that you have to take some risk, but it's different when you taking uneducated risk versus educated risk. You know what I'm saying? And so, hey, I looked out in that way as well. So, you just got to find other ways to be valuable within your house. And once you do that, it's going to give you a level of confidence. Whereas when people talk about money, like my wife, people talk about money, I don't feel no type way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't feel no type way, and just being honest, when I look at the expression or I hear them talking, sometimes you hear things, this and that and whatever, hell, they act like I'm in a great place, but it ain't that great.
Yeah.
It ain't that great.
I get it. It's you looking the plan is forward.
Exactly.
The plan is like down the line.
Down the line.
Down the line. I think that for sure as a man, that's one of the things that you should definitely have in your bag is the ability to have foresight, to plan forward. And so that brings us to one of the questions that we were going to talk about anyways, is like how do you feel like a man should prioritize the responsibilities? You know what I mean? Because you shit at my age, or you know what I mean, whatever, we're pretty much at a point to where shit, you got kids, you got old lady, you got your job, you got the planning for the future, you got the investments, you have, like, you know what I mean, the house, the there's a lot of moving parts that you have to kind of consider. And what would you say as a man, if you were to like try to tell me like where I should like lay my priorities as it relates to my life and my lifestyle, or my, you know what I mean? How would you say, or what did you do that, what did you do, and maybe what would you change?
What I did. I fucked up.
Yeah.
That's what I did. I've been an asshole most of my life. You know what I'm saying? So I can't help you right there. I can't help you right there. But because number one, because when I was going through that, I don't have no babies. So when I was going through that stage or whatever, I was learning or fucking up, more fucking up than learning. But either way,
Yeah.
I wasn't that kind of parent. You know that. I wasn't that kind of parent to where I prioritized things the way they should have been prioritized. I didn't do that.
So how
But
did
as
you
I'm
prioritize?
older, as I worked, pretty much anybody know me will tell you, I work damn near 24/7. I work 7 days a week at the very least.
So you prioritize paper over everything?
Yes, I did. And I'm not saying that was the right way to do it, but I didn't know no other way to do it. And it's not like I had an example. We are a product of our environment. I looked at my dad, my uncles, and what they did, and I pretty much did what they did. The only thing that I didn't do, the only thing that I did do that they didn't do was my portfolio. That was the only thing. Other than that, I lived the way I lived. You know what I'm saying? Only difference is I put up, I put back, I put money in my account. That I didn't worry about no savings account. I ain't worry about what was in my checking account. None of that. I put every extra dime I had into my portfolio.
Yeah, and you still kind of invest very aggressively, like way more aggressive than I've known anybody to invest. And so what would so in today's time, if you could do it over,
Yeah.
based on what you've learned, what would you say if you were given the advice? What would you say? How would you kind of prioritize it then?
Well,
Do-
to be honest, in a family setting,
Mm,
you prioritize shelter first. You have to put your family in a position to where is in they don't have to worry about where they're gonna sleep at and what they're gonna eat.
for sure.
And you got the comfort of knowing that they don't have that to worry about. Then it's you and the wife together on them kids.
Mm,
We have to, if we don't teach them, the streets damn sure gonna teach them. Ain't nobody out there love your children like you do.
for sure.
Ain't nobody gonna care about them like you will. You know what I'm saying? So, but we don't spend enough time, and that's where I have to applaud you. You know what I mean? You make sure that your children, or right now child, because your son ain't old enough yet, but you make sure that they have everything they need to put them in an advantage in that classroom when they go to school. You make sure that they learning something even when they at home. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do, because one day they're gonna get like you, and they're gonna be digging in your pockets. They're gonna be digging in your pockets.
Yeah.
But if you, my daughter, I can't complain about either one of y'all. Y'all handle y'all business. Even though I've had to help y'all from time to time.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And that's fine. You know, that's fine. And another thing is, we have to realize, that brings me back to this point. We have to realize, just because our children are 17, 18, 19, 20, all the way up there, I'm going to say, well, it don't stop.
It don't,
but
yeah.
For real, between the time they graduate school in about 25, 28, somewhere along in there, they still your babies, because they still don't know shit.
Facts.
They think they do, and they think they grown. But if you raise them right when they're young, then you can they'll be comfortable with explaining and letting you know what's going on in their life, so you can kind of guide them as they go along. But when you mess up like I did, and you're not there, I mean, I ain't gonna say I wasn't there, because if y'all needed something, I was a phone call away. You know, your mother, you know, if she needed something, care if she was with somebody or not, she called, I made sure she got it. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel like she is the way she is when it comes to me, as far as in dogging me out or whatever. She know I was just a phone call away, and no matter what her situation was, I was gonna make sure it was handled. And I give myself kudos for that, but that only. That only. Everything else, I feel like I feel very short on. But yeah, we have to realize that our children are still children at those ages, and stop putting them out the house.
Agreed.
We need to let them, we need to keep them close to us, number one, so we can still sink information into that sponge. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And help them and show them and tell them how to move as they start to branching out. The things that they need to have. Like your sister, for instance, when she was in college with her first 4 years at A&T. When she was there, she called me and said, Daddy, I'm graduating and I want a car. I can afford a car. I've done the math. I can afford it. All I need you to do is take me to pick out the car and maybe help me a little bit or whatever. That's what she said. And you know what I did? I told her, I told her, you can't afford no car.
Yeah.
You just think you can. Absolutely. When you do that math on that paper, it look good. Yes, but life gonna happen while you going through your little papers and your procedures that laid out the way you got. Your car gonna break down. You something happened, you overspent.
Yes.
And now you ain't got the money you know what I mean?
Hell, just the car payment with repairs. Just in 1 month.
In 1 month.
You know what I mean? Your regular bills, and then your car breakdown, and you still gotta make the monthly payment, right. But that bitch need
get a speeding ticket and your insurance go up by $100. Any of that thing, any of those things can set you back. So I told her, you cannot afford a car. You just think you can. Yeah, daddy, I did. I said, yeah, all that looked good. But you ain't you're not calculating life. Shit happens.
For a fact.
And it don't ask you or warn you before it happened. It just happened.
Yeah.
And it'll fuck up your damn numbers. So what I did was I sold stock, took the money out, and went and paid cash for her car. And that car took her through her next 4 years. And then when she got a job, then she went and bought her own car. And that was what she was supposed to do. And that decision by itself put her ahead of the game.
100%.
Put her ahead of the game. 100%. That one little decision put her ahead of the game. Because it could have fucked her credit up and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That changes everything. Shit, your credit fucked up. Your car insurance is more.
Exactly. Everything's
more expensive.
Everything's more expensive. So things like that. Those are the things we should, quote unquote, white folk, they leave their kids at home and let them get stuff before they go out. Not all of them, but that's just
not the majority of them.
That's what we just say. That's the thing. That's the go-to saying. Oh, this is white people. No, they don't do it right either.
Fucking victim Olympics.
Yeah, exactly. Victim Olympics.
Fucking victim Olympics.
But yeah, so that's the thing that I would say that's really important in the family is making sure that your kids have some of the knowledge that you have and that you learned over the time when you was going through. Because I got out early too. And I was fucked up. I was living with women.
Tyrone.
All that. I was Tyrone.
Motherfucking Tyrone.
I was Tyrone. That's what I said. We was the product of our environment. Everybody around me was doing the same shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But luckily, somewhere the light came on and I started moving differently. You know what I mean? Which put me in a position to when my baby went to school and she needed me, I was able to be there and be that bridge to get her over that little stretch where she was gonna mess her life up at. Because like you say, one ticket, one accident, or one bill came, or you spent too much, any of that could have put you back. But if you going to school and you ain't got no car payment, and then it's just like when she was in school, could bring a car home, daddy, this wrong, that wrong, fix that, need tires, whatever. I was there.
And that's dope because like the thing is that it sounds good to say like we just like we have the convenience to just be able to pay for these things. But when your kids get grown or older, not grown, but older, and they start driving, they got their own vehicles, they got their own, all that shit. You have to be in a place to help them. And you talking about like, baby, you can't afford. It is.
But we don't look at, I done heard too many people my age say to me that I'm not leaving them shit. I'm not worried about this.
I done worked my whole life. They gonna have to.
I don't work my ass off to get whatever little bit I got or whatever I don't got, and they're gonna have to do the same thing. That's not right. It's not fair. They deserve better than that. Hell, I just put your damn window regulator in your Mustang a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Like
you know
2
what I
weeks.
mean? Save you money. You know, stuff like that. I mean, you got to. And your ass grown as hell. You make more money than I do, really.
Hey, we worry about all that part. We didn't talk about all that part. No, go ahead, but continue on. We're gonna just edit that part out. Continue on.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you know, we let our kids go and we let them figure things out.
Yeah.
On their own. And if you young and you out there with other young people, you're not going to their parents and asking for advice. You asking your peers for advice. They don't know shit.
A lot of times you ain't even asking, you just doing shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Just doing shit.
Or you listening to your peers or somebody that's in the circle of the peers, how they moving and how they doing stuff, and you try to emulate what they do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So none of y'all really know what the hell you're doing. You're too young. You ain't lived long enough. Life teaches your ass lessons. And when you make a mistake, life don't give a damn. Life gonna keep rolling on. You're gonna have to
Mhm.
figure that shit out. And the best thing we can do is to tell y'all that y'all gonna run into these situations. To tell y'all
And put
that
ourselves in situations and in the situation where when you do run into it, that we are
Mhm.
able to bail you out of these little mistakes that are going to happen.
they gonna happen.
Cause you going
They
to
gonna
fuck up.
happen.
You know
You
what I mean?
gonna fuck up.
It's like getting that credit
Yeah.
card when you
Mhm.
turn 18. You get all that shit in the mail.
Yeah.
Motherfucking get that Capital
Max
One.
that motherfucker out
Hey,
with one swipe.
you know that Capital One come in the mail, goddamn. On your 18th birthday, Capital One is coming.
Capital One love y'all po ass.
Hey, they
Love y'all
love
po
the
ass.
shit out of
Yeah,
us. They send that
love to fuck
motherfucker,
your credit up.
and then you be like, "Oh, they approved $500.
Yeah.
500?
Yeah, we got sub and speakers.
Shit,
And
me. Hey, we already know. I done told him how I tricked that goddamn card off. I goddamn one swipe.
one swipe.
Ain't they make nan payment?
Damn.
Nan. Swipe that son bitch, and they talk to them motherfuckers for about 10 years. Got their credit fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn, we done went on a hell of a tangent, right? And this
Hey.
is a great conversation because I think that everything that we kind of was talking about, there's validity in a lot of it. But we supposed to be talking about dating,
Okay.
right? We're supposed to be talking about dating and the intricacies of it. And that was one question that I wanted to ask. And I guess it was, I think, no, fuck it. I'm just going, why do men cheat? Why do you think men cheat? I think that, like, over the course of a relationship in general, let's say that mother's been together 40, you know what I mean? Even
I got the answer.
the answer.
The answer.
The number, okay, the
Number one,
answer.
the
What's that?
answer.
What is the answer?
The answer is because we wasn't raised with an example.
Mm,
That's the answer. You remember I said we are a product of our environment. I
mm.
watched what my dad and his people did. He took me with him a lot of those times. And that's what we do. That's just like the government. That's why they messing up the schools, because they want to teach you a certain thing, because they know your brain is like a sponge, and all they got to do is get in there and say this thing over and over and over and over again. And once you hear it over and over again, then you start acting in that manner. So when you growing up and you looking at this over in every relationship you see over and over again, then you know the women, they come in the house, the kids in the house, they come in cussing and crying and raising hell because he cheated on her.
Mm.
And somebody told them, or they called them, or whatever the case may be.
So just to make sure I understand, you're saying that the reason why men cheat is,
Lack of an example.
or not necessarily fatherlessness, is either father was this way
Mm-hmm.
or father was absent and not able to
Mm-hmm.
teach you better, or didn't
Didn't
have
show
the
you
opportunity,
better.
didn't show
You
you
don't have to
better.
teach us.
I think that, like, also, but
we
you
just
are,
have to give us a healthy example.
I think that I'm not disagreeing with that, but to say that that's the reason I disagree with. I think that we have as men, there's a culture of, like, the whole, you know what I mean? The I got hoes. I got, you know what I mean? When you're growing up as a young boy, like, that's the thing. It's like you've been having hoes, you've been on this whole who get more hoes, who get more hoes. I got more hoes than you. You know what I mean? You've been doing that thing your whole childhood.
Yeah, but you know what though? That's what I'm saying. But it comes out. It's already implanted in you because you watch men do this while you was young
Or you're
with no
saying that
example.
us as a collective,
As a
even your
collective.
homeboys, the niggas that talking
That's
about
right.
that shit,
That's
is
right.
we all fall under that
I-
same umbrella, and so
exactly.
we just regurgitate and continue to.
You just made what I said a true fact to you with what you just said.
So you think
Because
that
you
that's
said,
crazy?
yeah.
You think that the reason that we have that, or as we were growing up, we had that culture of, like, who got the most hoes? I get the most. You know what I
You
mean?
looked at the
It's
dude that was older than you, and he was out there player, the dude, the popular dude in the neighborhood, the popular dude at school. All the women wanted him, and you wanted to be like him. It's natural.
Yeah, but is that? I mean, it's more environment. But I think, man,
No,
you don't think it's the hormones and everything,
no.
bro? Like
Them
to have,
hormones gonna kick in.
but also,
That's
nigga,
just
but
facilitate.
also a nigga want to have the experience of, like, because everyone's different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you want to, you know what I mean? figure it out on the.
Okay.
It ain't necessarily that, but you still have that.
But
trying to sow oats before you. You know what I mean?
But if you talk to a older man or somebody older, even at your age, when you talking about this right here, they're gonna tell you that. They're gonna tell you that.
What exactly?
They're gonna tell you. They're gonna tell you you don't fall in love with the first piece you get. I was told that too. You gotta move around a little bit, see what's out there. Yeah. So you're a product of your environment. You didn't have a good example, because if you was around men, number one, and it's very prominent in the hood, and unfortunately or fortunately, we was raised in the hood with a bunch of bullshit going on, stealing, shooting, killing, drugging, all of that. Where's your example?
Well, the positive example. That
exactly.
You need,
that's what we talking about. Positive example. Where is your example?
And then even in the entertainment,
and
like the music,
sell drugs, or you doing music, they coming. They coming because they chasing that bag. It's like catnip. It is. It's like catnip.
The bag.
The bag. It's just catnip.
So damn, that's crazy. So you're saying that it's just it's a cultural thing.
It definitely.
I mean, even in other cultures, I think that like, well, shit. Yeah, I think I think all cultures have that. Like even.
So, but all cultures do have it, and all cultures have an example somewhere within it. And then look at those children.
Yeah, no, that's something that I really kind of like as we start talking about different things on the podcast, on the To Be Fair show. Shout out to the bros. But as we start talking about the things, I realize how much I don't know about any people's other than us. And like we make a lot of statements like, oh yeah, the white folks such and such and such. Like, motherfucker, I can't at this point. I don't know what the fuck they do. There's no way for me to sit here and make a statement about what I don't have enough white homeboys or like be in there. Not even just homeboys, like to be able to be in their in the comfort of their homes and being around their family and like understanding the way that they really move, or just let alone motherfucking Chinese people or Asian people, or you know what I mean? You don't know what the fuck going on.
So how many people you know that do?
That do what exactly?
That do have that example.
It's a couple, but it's onesie twosie.
So because you had.
But then even those guys still, like when we were younger, they still did the same shit.
Let me finish. Okay, we know it's onesie twosies because you had to.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So we know it's not prevalent. Okay, let's take it a little step further. Okay, so if you don't really or can't really say that you know anybody on any, wide level, a wide level or whatever, however you want to say it, you don't really know anybody, then how can you say that you should have been taught? You different.
Yeah.
You different.
Yeah, I mean, but that was.
But you yourself is a onesie twosie.
Yeah, I don't even know where. Honestly, I don't know exactly where. I guess it was just more of a maturity and realize like the value of the joint. Like it's like a lot of people value money. It's like we'll say a lot of women value money, like a lot of dudes value pussy, and then so that's why pussy is exchanged for money is because the value system, right? But I don't really value either like that. You know what I mean? I don't really value either like that. So for me, it's just not such a big fucking deal. It's not that big fucking deal. But I don't know exactly where it came from. You know what I mean? Damn sure it didn't come from you.
No, it didn't.
Damn sure it didn't come from you.
No,
that's a fact.
We know it didn't come from me.
Yeah. But it's cool though. Like I don't know. Like I say, I don't know where the fuck it came from. But no, I actually do. I think that what it came from was because I made that mistake as well. And I remember seeing how my wife felt I was like 22, 23, something down there, younger 20s. And I remember seeing her go through, you know what I mean? The emotion of the thing that I had done. And I remember how I felt. Like, you know what I mean? Even though like shit, I could go into detail about it, but it was just it's like letting somebody down. Somebody holding you to a certain regard and into a certain um, you know what I mean? Like holding you up and valuing you to be this kind of person, and then you let them down. And it's like seeing that
And you
discomfort
did that
that
when you was how?
like 22, 23, something like that, 24.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
no, it wasn't 24. It was about 22, 23.
Okay. So, what age was you when you got your first piece?
When I dropped,
When you dropped the first time?
I probably was like 16, maybe
16.
16, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
It was around 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, would you consider that late?
I think that it's probably about on time.
You think it's probably on time?
About on time.
Okay. Well, I had a couple years in before you got started.
Yeah. Y'all was fucked up though.
But see, my point is, I was a child, didn't know shit.
Why do you think that is?
So let me show you.
Go ahead.
So let me finish. So I was a child, didn't know shit, because I was in closets with little fast ass girls that was damn near pulling me in the closets.
And that's crazy.
And then
go ahead.
And then you knew that this was not going to be no long lasting thing.
For sure.
So then your daddy take you to another woman's house and she got daughters and the same shit go on. So you develop a mindset that will allow you to ignore that pain or whatever it is that a woman goes through when you get old enough to where y'all have a relationship. Y'all got a relationship, but you've used to this other situation or whatever. Now you got a relationship and you still, because you enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you still doing the same thing. So you can't, you don't have any empathy or sympathy for how they feel because it's so natural to you.
I think that's two different things, OleHead. I think that you can to say that you don't have empathy for somebody, how they feel for you doing a wrong to them versus you having a urge to do something that you've consistently done over time. I think that those two things are different. Like because you've consistently done a thing, that's how you live. But to like not have empathy for somebody, I feel like those are two separate things.
Okay, maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong. Okay, so if I took you out in the woods right now and we saw an animal and I told you to shoot it, could you just shoot it?
Not without reasoning.
Okay, but if you grew up in an
shooting
environment where it was okay, or that was part of y'all to shoot. Hold on, wait a minute.
Go ahead.
To shoot it.
They diagnose motherfuckers who just shoot.
You would shoot.
Okay. Go ahead. There's a diagnosis for the motherfuckers. The motherfuckers end up psychopaths.
No.
But go ahead.
They where they at, it's natural to hunt.
No, you talking about, see, that's the thing. If you're talking about for the reason of I need to eat.
No.
Hunting, that's what hunting's for.
Yes, but you don't need to eat. Your belly full.
And you just killing shit.
You kill it and you're going to put it in the freezer for whenever. You're not killing to eat. You killing because you're a hunter. And you storing for tomorrow or whatever, or the next day or a couple weeks down the road, whatever. You don't have to kill that animal. But if you saw it.
I'm going to let you bring this full circle. Go ahead.
If you saw it, you would shoot it.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't feel no type way. Whether you needed to eat then
or later.
Or later.
Okay.
Now I can understand if you was hungry, like you said, and you was killing it because you need to put this on the fire so you could eat this. Yeah. You starving. But if you not, you could just go out there and kill it and won't have no.
And just because.
Psychopath.
Yeah.
Okay, well then, man, you've been dealing with young girls and you young yourself like this the whole time.
Added that extra, you young yourself, but go ahead.
Yeah. to you've been doing this over the course of some years.
Mm-hmm. Just dropping shit out.
Just dropping shit out.
Yeah.
So then when you get with this girl, okay, you care about her. And you know what I mean? Y'all got y'all thing going on or whatever. But when you ain't with her, your animal instinct gonna kick in. And you're gonna do what you normally do.
Mm-hmm.
So then that way, in that sense, you don't have those feelings of woe is she or what she gonna feel about this, that. It's normal.
Yeah.
To you.
Doing what you've always done.
You doing what you always done. But then you get the woman that she love you, you love her, and maybe she ain't dealt with that situation. Now she wants you to conform to what she want or she's used to, depending on how old y'all is. She wants you to conform to that when you've been living this other life all your life. And then she say, stop, because you with me now.
Hopefully they see your face and how you see it. That shit was hilarious. Go ahead.
They gonna say, she gonna come to you and say, stop, because you with me now. And you can only be with me, and you can only be with me and nobody else.
So, okay.
Now, as the man in the relationship and you care about her, you still care about her, but you don't care about her
so much that it changes
so
your
much
behavior.
that it changes your behavior.
So let me ask you this. Do you think that like
so that's why I say you can't the empathy thing.
Yeah. You feel bad, but it ain't that serious because it doesn't change your yeah. So
because
let me
the
ask you
little
this.
girl that you wanted, she want to see you again.
Okay, so let me ask you this. When we're growing up, okay, so I says a lot of the ideas that like you sow your oats and then you get married and have kids, and I guess that idea is that like you get as much as you can when you're younger or whatever, and then you at some point you'll be able to turn it off and say that like
it corrupts you. But see, girls aren't taught that way. Not the ones that were raised. Now you got the ones that they mama named Quiquetta, you know, and then she Quiqui, you know what I mean? She gonna do what Quiquetta did because she watched Quiquetta do this shit all her life. You know, all her days coming up.
Right.
So she do the same shit, and it's okay. She ain't worried about that. She ain't worried about what you do when you ain't with her. She worried about what you do when you with her. And that's how we operate. Worry about how I treat you.
Who's
worry
we?
about what I do. Men like me.
I was about to say, yeah, no, I ain't with that shit.
Men like me.
So if your old lady was getting dropped, not talking about your wife now, but just in general, if your old lady was getting dropped, as long as you don't know about it, you cool.
No.
It's not in your face.
No, that's because men, we, for lack of a better term, we feel in our minds we're kings. So the king has a throne and he has to have a queen on his throne.
But I also think niggas be ODing though, because you can't. But hold on.
Fair.
No,
it's not fair.
I ain't talking. But hold on. My thing is that you can say that you're a king, but in order to be the king, you have a kingdom.
Yes.
You can't be sitting here, motherfucking.
Okay. See,
you bar.
The literal sense.
No. But what I'm saying is that
you going into the literal sense of the term. You
I'm
going
just
into
saying.
the literal sense of the term. But okay, who the king of your house?
Me.
Okay, you wasn't supposed to say that.
How? Why not?
Because where is your?
I got my motherfucking crib. I have a kingdom. That's my.
Oh, that's your kingdom.
Yeah, that's my motherfucker. That's why I paid for that motherfucker. That's mine. Well, it ain't mine. I still pay taxes and I still got a mortgage. But yes.
So you saying as long as the man got a.
I think that it makes, first off, broke niggas need not cheat. If you homeless and you stand over her goddamn, no. You gotta have a kingdom. So you actually have to build. I'm not saying that it's okay to do it.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
So it's okay to cheat.
I ain't saying it's okay. I always say it was okay. Go ahead. I'm gonna stop.
No,
I ain't say, but I'm saying that the
you
expectation.
can't have it both ways.
No.
You
what
can't
I'm saying,
fucking have it both ways.
No, what I'm,
you just
let,
said
let
it's
me just,
okay to cheat if you got a fucking kingdom.
I didn't say
That's
that.
what you said.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is
Yeah,
that
'cause your
men
wife
at certain
right now.
no. This is just about men at certain levels. To think that you'll have a man that can have any woman in the world, and he's gonna sit there and like this whole idea, these top 5%, 4%, 3%, 2% men think that this man's just going to just stay with and be with just that's fucking illusion. I don't know what the fuck you're thinking about.
Afford a big kingdom.
Because his kingdom is like it's crazy.
So it ain't already cheat if your kingdom ain't a certain size.
It don't make sense. You got too much to fucking lose. Fuck is you doing? What the fuck? You got one house and you cheat and lose your one house.
So you're gonna
No. I'm not rationalizing. What I'm saying is that this is just all about how you think about a thing. How the fuck is you got one house?
Okay, so I got a kingdom right here. So I can fuck what I want.
Hey, I would say.
I'm saying that's what you saying.
What I'm saying is, but I would say your kingdom probably ain't big enough yet to really be getting it off. See what I'm saying? You gonna need at least 2 houses. At least you can leave with one. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
If you gonna do it,
if I buy another house, then I can go.
I ain't saying you can or you should, but I'm saying it make more sense because once you add that division sign in between what the fuck you gonna keep and what you gonna lose, at least you got one still.
Hey, but see, that one of the benefits. That's one of the benefits
What?
I have. My wife got way more property than I got. When if I leave, I'm leaving with my house.
Look. We got to go.
So now what you gonna say? Hold up, no, I'm going with your scenario. Though.
Hey, I don't think we got to go into your personal situation and validate why you can or can't.
I'm trying to validate this kingdom thing that you said.
Yeah, okay, what I'm saying.
I got a kingdom.
No,
and she got kingdoms. Okay, so ain't no judge in the world gonna give her my house. And
I don't know that. It sounds good. It sounds good, but goddamn it, you.
I'm just saying this. I'm going with your scenario.
No, but I'm saying, but who's to say that the judge still don't take your motherfucking one? You don't know this. This is all in hypotheticals. Maybe so. This is not. But it's maybe. You know what I mean? Hopefully, hopefully he considers. You know what I mean? Where the fuck I'm at versus where she at. Hopefully.
Okay. All right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
So now I don't qualify.
Hey, I would say no. I wouldn't
you
be.
Would say no.
Bets off. Hell no. Bets off. Because I ain't. You know what I mean? I got. It's too much to lose in it. You know what I mean? I don't have enough to sustain.
So
afterwards.
But seriously though, basically what you saying is, if a nigga got 2 houses, then he can cheat.
No, what I'm saying is, you will lose. You will have more afterwards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't leave with nothing. You know what I mean? At least if you make the decision, that's on you. Okay. You figure it out afterwards. You know what I mean?
I'm just trying to figure out what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying, shit. If you, however you know what I mean, you want to wear it, hey, you can do it. Hell, Tyrone be at Shaquita crib and cheating on Shaquita, and then I don't know where he go after that. We'll probably get a nut.
Yeah.
Go move in with another motherfucker.
There's plenty Queeters out there
Nah,
now.
there's plenty of them.
Plenty of them out there, and they usually got a decent job. And you meet them on their job, they just as sweet and nice, and this, and the third. And then as soon as that heifer get to that key and turn over that Nissan.
Cuz, brother, fuck out.
Turn that Nissan over.
Say turn the Nissan over.
Hey, turn that Nissan over. Better not meet at the end of the parking lot. Meet at the end of the parking lot. Hey, she got something for you.
Yeah, shit.
And if you cut her off, she might get out and come up to your car.
I swear that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, we gonna transition. I feel like this is gonna be a fun conversation. We transition over to the modern dating, courting, or courtship, or however you want to say it, versus the traditional, right? Because I've talked to a couple of homies that's single, and they talk about like the women, they don't seem as interested. Like it's, I'm assuming it's because of the options, like, or based on what they were, not even an assumption, this is what they were saying, is that the options make it so that they don't really like think of you as like I'm talking to this guy. You know what I mean? So they don't like nigga be like, bro, she don't even call me. I call her, that she answer the phone, then she want to talk about herself, and you know what I mean? It's like they don't feel like like women are really like, and I think women are saying the same thing about us. Like we're not as interested as we once were. What? Okay, but fuck all that. What do you think the differences that you've seen in the way that we're doing things and the way that y'all did things?
I'm gonna answer that question, but right at this present second,
Yeah. This present, go ahead.
I'm still stuck on the fact that you told me I need to buy another house.
I didn't tell you to buy another house. And see what you try to say is there, but I ain't go. You got it. You got it. I ain't say you need another house.
I thought
though.
I was doing all right, so I got to go get another house. Okay.
Hey,
All right. Hey.
How about what you got to lose?
Hey, bro.
How about what you got to lose? I think you talk about passing shit down to the kids. And, you know what I mean? Motherfucker take that motherfucker what you got to pass down.
That's a good one, though. I ain't expect that one from you, but that's.
I'm saying shit. You might want to have. You might want to have a couple so you can keep some after the fact.
Okay, all right.
But go ahead.
I get it. Okay. With this thing you talking about, you keep saying traditional. You ain't lived traditional to the point where, as in the tradition from my time versus the traditional from your time, because y'all on some different shit. Y'all motherfuckers on some different shit.
So what is the difference
y'all
you see?
Feel some type of way because the woman ain't calling y'all. Cause y'all think that she's supposed to be courting y'all.
So that's calling me is courting me.
Yeah, see, cause if the woman grew up, or whether she grew up or not, but if she look at things from the right lens, she is the prey. You are the hunter. So why would she come with her cookies and shake them in your face?
Well, they shaking the cookies in the face.
No, but I'm saying traditional versus y'all. Now, y'all think, and they do it. There's a lot of them out there doing it. But why would she, if she thinks traditionally, like you say, traditional, if she think that way, why would she come and dangle her cookies in your face?
Because she's looking.
Why wouldn't she just tuck her cookies and wait for you to come and convince her to let you have some? Because she got good cookies. Because if her cookies ain't good, you ain't gonna come over there and try to talk her into giving you some of her cookies.
Possibly they good.
At least you think they good.
Well, I just want to try one and know and figure out if they're good or not.
Okay, that's why. That's why.
What I'm saying.
That's why she don't call your ass.
I don't know. What I would say is that like when I was growing up, right? So like in school, like girls would call you and you maybe you spend, you know what I mean, X amount of time on the phone together. Like they were consistent. There was a interest.
So you didn't call them. They called you.
You would do it both ways, but they would definitely make an effort to show you that they're very much so interested. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like a thing where you had to kind of figure out where she stood on whether she really liked you or if you were kind of like just
So do you think if she didn't like you that she would answer the phone when you call?
No, she ain't answer the phone. She don't like you. But if she don't call you, she don't like you either. Cause your ass ain't that important. She ain't gonna fuck about your day.
No. What if she wanted you to pursue her? Y'all don't do that. But y'all don't do that. Y'all don't do that. Y'all don't do that.
I ain't gonna say.
I'm gonna tell you, back in the day, way back in the day,
way back,
you was talking to this young lady. And anybody got to know no names or nothing. But you was talking to this little young lady. You liked her. But you stopped messing with her because she didn't call you. But every time you answered the phone, every time you call her, she answered the phone.
See, the thing is that I
That's
think that
traditional.
traditional is that
That you
would,
pursue the woman.
right, but pursue at some point you have to show me that I'm not just doing some shit and you're not interested, because some people like to have somebody just to talk to just cause. Your ass just bored, so you'll just answer the phone because he called just the fuck calls.
So then you use your car. I'm speaking of her. You use your car and drive over to that person's house and spend time with them because
You talking about
just
something different. You talking about something
So
different.
you
If
saying she
she's
didn't
making
do
that,
it?
if she's putting forth that
So you
effort,
saying she didn't do it?
who? Now you talking about? I don't know exactly.
The girl that I'm talking about that you used to date back in the well, y'all wouldn't really date. I don't know.
Now you talking about? Okay, I know where you are now. I know where you are now. I ain't know you was talking about a real life fucking scenario.
I said back in the day, day.
Yeah, now I know you talking about a real life scenario. Well,
What is the answer to the question? What is the answer?
I love you. We talking about some old shit.
What is the answer to the question?
The answer to the question is that she, at the end of the day, she handled the shit a little too masculine for me. It was like she was player or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? How a nigga feel like, you know what I mean? That I ain't fuck with it. I ain't used to that. Yeah, I was used to like a woman showing me that she was gonna call me and check on me and ask how my day was and do, you know what I mean? She was gonna put forth the effort to make sure that I understand that she's as interested in me as I am in her. Otherwise, I start to feel like, nigga, am I just goddamn doing this shit just cause? Like of a lot of the times women to go out with you, especially in today's time, motherfucker like eating. Motherfucker let you pay for a meal and just go with you just to get a fucking plate.
I'm not letting you out of it. This ain't we talking about today. We talking about in that time.
You talking about,
we
nigga,
not
that
talking
was
about today. We talking about that time.
Bro, that shit was so long. I couldn't really like at the end of the day.
Did she not drive over here to see you?
Yes.
So women drive over niggas' houses to see them that they don't want to fuck with. No, that didn't.
No, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
Motherfucking question.
At the end of the day,
answer no. It ain't no end of the day.
No, I just said I do agree with what you're saying. Okay. There was an effort. Okay. You talking about some old when I was younger shit. We talking about modern versus traditional, nigga. That was not
showing you where y'all are at.
No, nigga, because that's not where we at now.
You the same nigga that that didn't want to pick up the phone and call the girl because she didn't call you enough. Like she chasing you.
No.
But when you called, she answered the phone.
I was young.
If you asked her to come over here, did she come?
I was young, bro. But that's not. Hold on, OleHead. You trying to talk about some old ass shit? We talking about now. I'm a grown man now. We talking about modern versus the old school shit.
Okay, let's just say, hey, no disrespect, Susie. I like my sister-in-law. I mean, my daughter-in-law. I'm sorry, my daughter-in-law. This ain't about you, baby. This ain't about now. But I'm finna get this nigga shit straight. So you gotta excuse us. Now, nigga, you would do the same motherfucking shit today.
Bro, that'll Leah dust yourself off and try again shit. They do not want you to do that. Today. Bro, it's not like that now. Like the whole dust your shirt off and try again. They don't fuck with that. They don't fuck with that. They want you to get the fuck out there. Go ahead.
The type of girl that you would choose would do exactly what you just said. Tell me that.
The type of woman that I would choose would do what?
The type of woman that you would choose would do what you were just saying. Those things. They don't do that.
No.
So you saying the type of woman that you would choose right now would go out on a date with you and let you spend this money on her to eat dinner and shit.
You don't fucking know
about you.
You don't know this.
No. I'm talking about the type of woman.
What I'm saying.
Look. You can look at somebody, watch them walk, look at the clothes they wearing, the kind of car they driving, and say, this is this type of person. But now I'm asking you a specific question. Am I lying? Am I lying?
I put together my own.
Am I lying?
I put together a little, you know what I mean? You can pay attention to certain things and put them things together and make it's still a general. See, you don't know for sure, but it's still a general.
You blowing smoke up my ass.
I'm not blowing no fucking smoke.
Is the statement I just made correct or not?
Make the statement one more time.
You the type of dude
Mm-hmm.
that will look at a woman,
Mm-hmm.
look at what the fuck she got on,
Mm-hmm.
look at just the way she moved when she walked through the store,
Mm-hmm.
and paint a picture of her. And then if you see the kind of car that she's driving,
mm-hmm. That adds to
with all
as
of that,
you put the picture,
yeah,
you put
and you say
all
what
of these
type of
things
person she is. You be pretty much right most of the time. A little bit more than most of the time.
Yeah, no, you could.
Okay,
I mean,
so
there
so
are
so
certain.
so
Yeah.
so now with all of that in account,
Mm-hmm.
the kind of woman that you would choose to pursue
Mm-hmm.
would do what now?
She would, but see,
What?
she would
No.
also allow. What she would do is that she would allow me to know that she's as interested as I am.
No. That ain't what the fuck you just said. You said these women these days will let you take them out.
Fuck yeah, they will.
Okay, but not the one that you were gonna go out with.
No, hold on. See, this is the thing. Hold on. Now you trying to make it seem like I just got it down to a fucking science. I'll be right. I'll be right a lot of the time, but I don't know these women. I'm making assumptions based on the information that's kind of given. So you don't know for sure. You can just, at the end of the day, she could be a nice girl. She could be a nice girl, and she don't mean, but she just motherfucking. You could be looking at her like I'm trying to get to know her to like possibly date her, but she could be looking at her like, yeah, I'm just gonna go out with him. He a decent dude. I'm just gonna get a plate.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. If you talk to a woman twice, could you figure out whether or not that she would do you like that?
Bro,
no. Oh, yeah. Based on her, I'm
telling you. See, the thing is, what you missing is that the game done got to a point to where everybody understand the game, and so a motherfucker will string you along. Motherfucker will string you along.
What you saying is that they so good that they can get past your spider senses.
I ain't been in the market for a long time, but it's what I'm saying is that like.
Oh yeah, you done.
I think I could think I got it figured out.
So many women when we be going out or whatever, and damn near before we leave, every time they do some shit, you be like, I told you.
They be done done it.
I know it.
They did it. I knew it.
But my point is, how you gonna be on point with these women that you ain't never talked to before, but you can let a motherfucker talk to you on the phone twice, or y'all see each other out or whatever twice, and she can goddamn have you buying her food and asking her out to dinner and all this shit, and you don't know you finna get fucked over.
I understand what you're saying.
You understand? So explain to me how you get from there to there.
I understand what you're saying. Okay, I understand what you're saying, and I agree. I would think that it's probably not as easy because I think that with me, I look at
get nobody the benefit of the doubt, OleHead.
No, I don't give benefit of the doubt, and with me, it's because I'm not actually actively seeking or looking. Like, I'm not looking at you and paying attention to you to see if I'm actually attracted enough to like go and pursue you. Yeah. So it's different. My lens is completely different. My lens is just me paying attention to the things you're doing, and I'm not really giving a fuck about me trying to get with you. So, but hold on. What I will say is that like the guys that I've talked to who were saying these things to me, I also believe that the type of women, if you ask them what they're interested in, you can kind of see that these are the type of women that can get your motherfucking ass. Like their interests, like if you listen to like the things that like, if you talk to the physical attraction pieces, the things they name off, they all sound like a woman that could be very manipulative. I'm not attracted to those types of things. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
It does, but it don't. It has nothing to do with what we was talking about.
Bro, what the fuck? What are you looking for me to take? What is it that to pin them, to put a pin in the damn?
You and your motherfucking spider senses,
right,
could not spot her.
I feel that I could. I think it's a lot of niggas that think that they could and still get tricked.
We ain't talking about a lot of niggas. You always trying to goddamn.
Bro, you trying to talk about me? I've been off the market for a long time,
ain't
nigga.
Nobody say you going back on the market,
what
nigga.
I'm saying,
I'm just really saying one thing is that y'all niggas is got it fucked up because a woman will try to play a game on you. Because a woman will try to play a game on you that you wouldn't play the game a certain way because you know that a lot of the women play the game that way. If you know women, of course, like I think you do, I've seen the evidence of you calling out people and certain characteristics, and you say, you look at these, whether it's what they wearing, how their hair fixed, what they got, how much makeup they got on, this, and the third, lets you know that this is the type of person that they are. And usually before we get out of wherever we at, they do something that even lets me see that you was right about their personality. Whether even like when they talking to their girlfriend or what type of dude if a dude come into the picture, what type of dude, you can look at him and see what kind of dude he is, and you'll be spot on. So I'm saying the type of woman that you would let take up your time wouldn't do that. But you still would do the same way to her, is what I'm saying. You would treat her the same way.
I get your point.
So now I had to goddamn go through all that.
Nigga, I had already said I get your point. You just wanted to keep fucking pushing Joan on and on and on.
No, you was trying to goddamn scapegoat, and I wasn't letting you
because you want to keep talking about me, and the conversation is not about me because we're talking to the people, and the people.
But you see where you at, though.
All right, nigga, you can call it a box if you want to.
Okay,
I'm saying,
that you say I can call it a box lets me know that you know your ass in a box.
Whatever, bro, that's fine.
Now Johnny say you use the wrong kind of tape, but see, I don't use that shit. I don't use that shit.
Yeah, you but it still got holes in it.
Okay.
Your box got holes in it. Your box got holes in it, bro.
Okay, Johnny. What's up, Johnny? Bro. Yeah. But Johnny say it.
No, but for real though. So what did y'all do? When you was trying to talk to a woman like back or the traditional, non-traditional?
You pursued her. You let her know you was interested. It was all right to take her out, even if it didn't go nowhere. Niggas in my day, we didn't look at it like, okay, cause I bought you dinner, you supposed to be this way or that way or whatever. It was part of the. So niggas didn't even.
So niggas, the expectation wasn't that because I paid this money for this dinner and all that.
That's right.
You supposed to be getting something out of it.
The day together.
You could just
You chalk it to the game.
No, I ain't gonna lie. When I was in the market, nah, for sure.
You know what I mean? But y'all got it fucked up. Y'all niggas think cause y'all spent $1, y'all get some ass. That's where y'all at. That's what I'm trying to see. See how we got back around to where I was trying to go. You see how we did.
Oh, you feel like you got
what kind of tape? What kind of tape? What kind of tape did I use? What kind of tape did I use?
Scotch, nigga. That shit's Scotch. That shit's
Scotch. Johnny, I got him, Johnny.
That shit's Scotch. But go ahead, continue.
Yeah. So that's all I'm saying is they acting according to the way y'all treated. Well, we treated, and y'all treat them.
And then, hold on, let's say you gonna sit and talk about the box, nigga. The tricking shit, that tricking culture, that y'all created that shit.
Guilty.
That's why this. But y'all fucked up the dating game. Y'all fucked the dating game up. Y'all fucked it up for us.
How?
Because the expectation is that you supposed to be.
No, Quiquetta fucked it up for y'all.
But y'all created Quiquetta. Y'all are the reason Quiquetta is how she is. It's because y'all niggas been tricking on her and she been getting off on y'all the whole time. Y'all niggas been paying light bills. Motherfucker, she been able to sell pussy without day walking.
Let me tell you something over here. I'm
gonna
tell you something right now.
right now.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. And this for all the old heads out there that's in their boxes on their square.
Mm-hmm.
And can stand there. For all the old heads that's on their square and that's comfortable there and can't nobody, move them. We don't give a fuck. As long as we happy with what we get.
Oh yeah.
And we and what it costs didn't kill us.
what do you call it? What an even swap ain't no swindle.
When is it?
It ain't.
Name one.
Yeah, no, I was telling Q the other week.
Yeah.
Other week we was talking about the whole idea of like the what they call it, this whole the human traffic, sex trafficking.
Mhm.
And we was talking about like the idea that if you fly a chick out and you drop and you buy her something, that's prostitution. Like you're buying a prostitute. Or just that sex trafficking. He was saying that we were like me saying that, like, bro, that ain't sex trafficking. That ain't no prostitute. Just because I flew you out here, we could have been talking on a dating app, and we live in two different places. I fly you out here, and I end up having sex, and because you get something, because I buy you something, that means that I'm paying for sex, and that's prostitution. And the fact that you flew makes it sex trafficking.
Well, my mama said.
What Big Ma tell you?
My mama said, if your ass broke, what the hell is you talking to her for?
Hey.
That's what my mama said.
Hey. So, in other words, and then so you're saying
and my
that
mama
there
didn't
is
fuck with no broke ass niggas.
I mean, so you think
and them niggas was kicking.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it costs. I don't think that like at some point I don't believe it. Like if you ain't got nothing,
buying AC units for the house. And
God damn, AC units,
old motherfucking AC unit.
Talking about window units.
No,
talking about motherfucking
system, nigga.
Good God,
I'm telling you,
Big Ma was killing their ass.
Listen, this nigga, these niggas been doing this shit since way fucking back.
For sure.
And women know.
Pussy been for sale since pussy was pussy.
The only difference is y'all broke ass niggas start hating and then try to call the game.
Call it tricking.
Try to call the game something different.
Yeah.
To make y'all feel better.
Yeah.
But if you get your pockets up,
yeah,
you won't hear that shit. That's them broke ass niggas talking. You know what I mean? If you broke and you can't play the game, why not throw rocks at it?
Nah, that's facts.
Huh?
No, that's facts.
Okay, then.
That's facts.
Y'all broke ass niggas need to go sit the fuck down and go get with Shaquita and goddamn let her take care of you and drive her Nissan. That's what
with
you
the
need to do.
Hubcap.
With the missing hubcap.
She missed one.
Yeah,
Usually she got one missing.
With the pink shit around the steering wheel.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Or the Bejeweled joint.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So niggas like me that's on their square, which I ain't doing that no more. You know what I mean?
Trying to be a better man. You're a better man.
I am. But I'm just for the premise of the show, you know what I'm saying? I have to tell the truth.
Yeah,
and the truth is, broke ass niggas is gonna talk shit about what you doing because they can't do it.
I ain't never even thought about the fact that like where did the tricking shit come from?
That's where they came from.
The tricking shit like that, titling and everything. That shit had to come from niggas that can't play.
Yeah, that's right. You think I'm gonna be tricking you, trying to trick play act like I'm gonna be tricking for you? Oh, you ain't this nigga. You broke. You begging for bus fare right now.
Damn.
And you talk about you ain't gonna be. You got
fuck that. Y'all niggas still. I think that also no bullshit. Still, like all jokes aside, I think that at the end of the day, the tricking shit is fucking the game up. You can say that like, oh, and it's funny and all that. Like, and I understand what you're saying. The niggas who gonna call it where it started, it probably did start from a nigga that can't afford to be given. But at the same time, if niggas is trying to actually look for real relationships, and you got niggas out here tricking, y'all fucking the whole dating pool up. Cause then think about it. Think about this. Because I'm cute and I get into like hardships, I can go to a point to where. And I think, bro, it's fucking the game up, bro. Because
life, bro, it's life. What everybody go through different stages in their life, even
for sure.
women. So that's why you can't be too hard on them. You get to a certain point in your life, and then shit that you used to do when you was younger, you don't do it no more.
Nigga, we ain't that high mileage. We don't want the high mileage. You can have that. See, that's the thing. Y'all old niggas need the high mileage, but we don't. We cool on the juice.
This is the difference.
What's the difference? What's the difference?
if the woman that you spending on, whatever y'all want to call it, tricking on, whatever that fuck, if she is a good girl, she only fucking with you.
Well, how the fuck do you even know
getting
that?
No high mileage.
All right, so you saying
because the one that's like that gonna know you want to fuck with her for you ain't trying to fuck with her just for the night. You want her to kick it with you. So she know the difference. And she ain't gonna be fucking no whole lot of niggas because she ain't fucking with no niggas that just want to hit for the night.
Because that's gonna fuck up the trick bag.
If that's the way you
because that's go no, you just said all that because that's gonna fuck up the trick bag. Because whatever you're paying is the benefits that she's getting from dealing with you, even though she is just the John, she don't fuck with another nigga because she's valuing the benefits that she's getting from you fucking with her on the goddamn ooh.
Yeah, she value that. And then the fact, and
so
then the
even
other
with
fact
that
is,
being said, y'all, even let's say that we're gonna take that, then y'all really fucking the game up because y'all is trick Shaquita. Don't trick the goddamn decent Joan. You just said if she a good girl, then she ain't goddamn. But my thing is trick the tricks.
Let's go back to life. Let's go back to life.
Mm-hmm.
Shit happens. If you can fuck with one decent dude, especially you ain't fucking with nobody, ain't nobody stepped up to the motherfucking plate. And if somebody do step up to the plate, the nigga got to earn the right to get to call her his woman. That's when she get rid of the trick. But if it ain't nobody stepping up to the plate and she got shit going on and she needs some motherfucking help,
but the problem is
why
that,
the fuck would she?
What I'm saying is that
why the fuck would she fuck with your broke ass just cause you done fell in love with her?
But then also the thing is
now
that
she
the next
gotta take care of your
deal,
motherfucking ass and her.
No, obviously she can't take care of me because she can't take care of her goddamn self.
That's my motherfucking point.
All right.
So why she want your broke ass? That's my point. She need help, and then she got your broke ass in there, goddamn sucking on her titty. Hey, draining all the goddamn milk out.
You gonna quit pointing at me talking about your broke ass. Goddamn, I was Tyrone once upon a time. That was once upon a time.
I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about
no, I get it. I'm just bullshit. I'm just bullshit.
Yo people.
I'm just bullshit.
Broke ass niggas always talking about tricking. Need to shut the fuck up.
Hey, if you sound like a trick, bro.
Nigga ain't got $20 worth of trick in his pocket right now. He couldn't put a 20 on the spell trick and then tell him put a 20 on each letter. Motherfucker couldn't be talking shit, cussing your ass out. Motherfucker, I can do it, but I ain't gonna do it. I can do it, but I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gotta prove nothing to you. I ain't gotta prove nothing to you. Nigga, you broke. Go sit your broke ass down, get your shit together, and then come back and holler.
Man, that's fucking hilarious.
That woman smell your broke ass from a mile away, but then you get mad because she don't want to talk to you.
It sound good. Smell your broke ass. They be picking some. What they say?
Motherfucker, go take you out to eat and he order a goddamn appetizer. You know goddamn well.
Nigga, I done ordered the sampler for my joint, the appetizer, the sampler. I done ordered the sampler going out to eat.
Yeah, but see. When you order,
that was when I was younger. I don't order like that no more. That's some kid shit. Motherfucker wants some mozzarella sticks and some fucking boneless wings and a fucking some potato with the Go ahead.
But see, if you know about choking myself,
yeah, you over there talking all that bullshit. Go ahead.
If you know, like me, I usually don't like the main course meal. I usually like the appetizers more. But if you know that's how you eat, then you don't go to dinner until after the person done. You know, y'all can go get something to eat. Don't get me wrong, but you don't take them out to eat. Just stopping and picking something up, calling the order in. That's different than going out to eat. So you don't go out to eat if you like appetizers mostly more so than dinners. And I do, except for if you go to me mi
Pueblo.
mi Pueblo,
Mhm.
and like I like uh, red not red lobsters. Olive Garden. I like Olive Garden.
Mm.
I eat a meal there. But some of these places that people like to go to, I don't know their food, and I'm not big on trying shit.
Yeah.
So I get an appetizer. But see,
That's because you a broke
when
nigga.
that's why you let a person get to know you a little bit better before you go out to eat, so they don't look at you as you a broke nigga because you order appetizer.
Yeah.
Because they already know you ain't a broke nigga.
Mm.
So when you order
So once you
appetizer,
got a trick
they
before
know.
you take her out to eat, so she know you ain't broke, because when you get the appetizer, it don't mean shit because you done tricked enough to figure. You know what I mean?
Hey, or you don't have to do it that way,
Mm.
but you do want to be able to have took them out somewhere
And
and
shown
and
that you got money.
no, not show that you got money, but show that when you take her out, that you want her to have a good time.
Mm.
Whatever that good time is, so that when you go out to eat at where she probably want to go somewhere that you probably ain't went to or don't give a damn about going to, so you don't even know what their food tastes like. So I like to get something safe, and it's usually something safe in the appetizer. So she already know you ain't eating that shit because you can't afford it. She know you eating that shit because that's what you eat.
Yeah, because you
So
tricked
stop
enough.
playing, nigga.
Because you tricked enough.
Okay.
And we're gonna talk. Matter of fact, next time we're gonna talk about the gynocracy, as Trey would call it. We want to talk about do you think the black community is a matriarch, and whose fault it is? And I think that's gonna lean over to your motherfucking way, because I think that we dealing with a lot of this shit.
Hey, bro, I just found out after my sister passed that I was the elder.
Mm.
Never thought that day was coming.
Mm.
So you talking about matriarch, and that elder thing threw me for a loop. Everybody looking at me, I'm like, I ain't ready for this shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I choked myself pretty good.
Yeah, I can tell. All that damn tricking fucked you up.
Yeah, all that tricking.
All that tricking fucked you up.
Hey,
But shoot,
I
hey,
don't
shout out
trick
to
no more.
everybody
My
in the
wife
chat.
fat.
We didn't even really
My
get to
wife
the
fat.
chat like that. We didn't even get to the chat like that. Usually we like to talk with y'all. Let me see. Stop it. Hello. The garden is smooth. Oh yeah, bro. Fuck with the shout out to James Johnson. He been in the chat tough. Yeah, fuck with you, bro. Appreciate you pulling up. Appreciate LTO. She said women have been doing that since the beginning of the time. I think she talking about
Yeah.
selling ass. Ass been getting sold since ass was ass. Yeah, it's
Hey,
just a part of it.
hey, shit.
Shout to Sharon Young. We appreciate you in the chat. We appreciate everybody in the chat. Hey, tap in To Be Fair show. We got some great topics lined up tomorrow at 4:30. We're gonna be on there 4:30. Check out Unpacked on Wednesdays at 9:30. I love that show. I watch the shit myself. I'm not on it, but I love watching. I watch it every Thursday as I'm riding the truck and shit, fucking with the pod. Catch us here every Saturday. We shoot at 8:30. Who you talking to? We appreciate y'all pulling up. I'm OleHead, Rell here with OleHead. Seeing my pops. Love you, man.
Love you, bro.
And we out, man. Y'all be blessed. And I still got to get up and turn the goddamn switch off.
That's because your smart ass won't get the shit you need.
Damn it. It's up there.
Yeah. Tyrone, broke ass Tyrone. There you go. Broke ass Tyrone. Yep.